Hello, welcome into a little Monday night hangout with myself, the Hotspur hippie Paul himself. We are here live and direct, America, Australia. I mean, if you threw a net from me to you, you could say that we caught the world, my friend.
The whole thing, man.
The whole globe, we caught it in one big net. How you doing? Welcome in. Hope everyone's well. See a couple people in the comments already. Just honestly, wanted to bring a little live stream. I've been doing these daily videos, and I was telling Paul, like, I don't really feel like doing a daily video. Paul said, I don't really feel like doing a stream either. Like, let's just hang out. Let's just kick it. We'll hang out. We'll talk some shit about Spurs, and we'll just keep it moving. But first off, Paul, how are we doing tonight?
Yeah, well, it's what was it, afternoon here? No, it's morning. Sorry,
It's
time.
5:42 here, so it's
It's,
almost dinner time.
yeah, it's 9:42 a.m. here. It's a miserable day in Sydney. So
How
yeah.
hot are we talking?
Oh no, it's probably about I don't know 12 degrees or something. Oh, sorry, you're American. I don't know. It's XY Fahrenheit, I think.
No, I think I could look up a conversion rate somewhere, but that sounds not hot because whenever the people in the UK are like, it's 29 degrees here, and they're all like, I'm burning up. So it's cold. It's cold out there in Australia right now.
Yeah, it's winter. It's winter. We're just coming out the shortest part of the year. The world's round, man. It's like that, you know. Goes in the sun.
But like, all right, I'm not gonna try to understand how geography works at this moment because you're blowing my mind. I remember someone did say that whenever it was cold for us, it's hot for them, and hot for them, it's cold for us. But I guess, I've never actually talked to an Australian while they're sitting there and it's cold and it's winter
Yeah,
time. And I'm
winter.
sitting here, and if I go outside for more than 5 minutes, I will boil like a little egg.
Yeah.
And
No, it's raining. It's raining at the moment.
that
It's
sounds nice.
horrible. That's why I'm
Sounds
just
nice.
sort of.
I'm gonna
That's why I'm just
blame.
sort of lying on the couch. You know. I don't want to do anything today. I can't be asked, and then I get that lovely little message from you. I can't be asked doing anything today either, Paul. Let's fancy stream. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, let's just hang out. Yeah.
Uh,
Big up, Rob. I do apologize. Michael is usually better with geography, currency, symbols. Like when I
I thought
see
you were going to say
super.
Michael's usually a better co-host than Paul over here, but
No,
okay.
no. I would never say that. Come on now. Big up Ben Kaufman. He gets the first
Hey,
place prize. He's also a YouTube member. Memberships are available, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe as you come in. We're just hanging out, keeping it nice and chill tonight. Obviously, there's some talk about this, that, and the other. We'll get into it. Not in any rush. I'm not. I don't think Paul is. We're chilling. Tot Spurs says big love, Jacob and Mike. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna retroactively say he meant Paul because he didn't know Michael wouldn't be here.
well,
But
maybe
big.
if I just do that, then no one
No, you
needs to
look like
know
a
me.
Star Wars character now. You look like
Hey, g'day, Jake. Oh no, it doesn't say g'day.
G'day, Luke Skywalker. That's not a saber.
These ain't the fucking drawers you're looking for.
That'd be fun. I don't know what this comment is. Shwema. Schmabob. How do you say
But
that, Rob
I
Patterson?
don't, I don't
What's going
speak.
on here?
I don't speak internet. I'm 51, man.
Yeah,
You
maybe
know,
that's like a.
I should have done this before the show. Sorry to be unprofessional, but I just want to get super comfortable here and just
Oh,
lie
dude,
down on the couch.
that's the idea here. We're getting comfortable tonight.
Oh
Bobby
god.
K, big up Bobby K says, "Hey Jacob
Whoa.
and Paul," and big up everyone in the chat. Big up Bobby K says, "Damn, Mikey grew one badass beard." I don't know. I think Michael's working tonight. Scott M says, "Double it and add 32 is the easiest way to get close with." Okay, double it and add 32. So if you said it's 17, that would mean it is 34 plus 32, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. All
Yeah,
right.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice. That's actually perfect weather for me. I love Seattle, rainy, 70s, 60s. Like, that's where I'm at.
You do
Hello,
quite
Patty. Hello,
my,
everyone in the
my,
chat.
The easiest way to do it is multiply by 9, divide by 5, and add 32, and you get the correct answer.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting, Paul. Rob Patterson says, I called him Obi-Wan yesterday. Shoe my bob. Shoe my boob. Shoe my bob. Shoe my bob.
Oh,
Shoe my
okay, Rob.
bob.
Yucky da, man.
What did you say? How do you say it, Paul?
I don't know if I say it right, but it's yucky da, and it kind of means hello in Welsh.
Interesting. Well, hello in Welsh. I don't know. Shoe me bob. Shoe me bob. I'm sorry. I'm probably fucking it up. Joe Road would be so upset with me right now if he heard. But speaking of center backs, similar to Joe, well, not similar to Joe Road, but just in the fact that they play the same position. Micky Van de Veen allegedly agreed to terms with us, Paul. So now it's just between us and Wolfsburg to work it out. Allegedly, we agreed on a $30 million deal, $30 million currency sign. Don't know what currency sign. Yeah, it was like fucking curvy little E with a dash through it, and there's like a plus sign underneath it. So I didn't understand. So apparently for 30 million of that, which to me is a good deal because
you don't know what it is.
it's not my money. Well, that's the main reason. It's not my money. Yeah. Spend how much ever. But honestly, this is a Micky Van de Veen. I like him. I think he's very good. But I don't like the fact that they're saying it's either Tapsoba or Micky Van de Veen. Because if I had to pick between the two, quite frankly, I think Tapsoba is a better choice for our squad to play alongside Romero. But I want them both. I want Micky Van de Veen and Tapsoba. Why can't we spend our remaining budget on both of them if that's the case?
I don't know that we're not getting both. I think I've seen the same sort of
Lisa.
things floating around saying, "Oh, Spurs are looking at 2 defenders, but they're only going for 1." Well, who's saying? I don't know. When all's done and all the dust settles, then we'll know. But I don't know that we're only going for 1. We might get 2. I didn't know we were actually really seriously going to go for James Maddison, but there you go. Or this Solomon guy.
No, the Solomon thing, it popped up out of nowhere.
Sorry, I didn't mean to jump the headline.
No, one more time. Give me
I could work for Lucasfilm, man.
We would have had some fun if we were classmates. The teacher probably would have retired for sure because I love driving teachers mad with the water drop noise. That was a classic. Let's see here. Big up Lisa. Hola. Bienvenidos to the show. I don't know how else to say welcome to the show other than bienvenidos to the show. But I hope you're doing well out there in the Mexican heat. It's hot out here in the El Paso Juarez region. It's a hot one today. Hope you're keeping cool and hydrated. Speaking of hydrated, I'm gonna drink some water. Paul, are you hydrated right now?
I've got my water ready to go, man. I'll just better wet my whistle. There we go.
I love it. And if you're listening, if you just listen to that right there, you should also hydrate. Make sure to drink some water. Water is crucial to human survival. I've been, seeing some crazy. I have a severe fear of dehydration, Paul. So when I think about Australia and I think about the outback, it really gives me anxiety because I imagine being out there and the sun's beating on me. There's no water. There's little snakes rattling around and desert sounds.
I think the key to keeping hydrating, and this is a simple principle, but if you're feeling a bit thirsty, drink something. And it's not gone wrong for me so far.
Okay. Well, I just, what if you're in I don't know what y'all drive out there. The only imagery from movies and TV shows is like a Jeep. Is like a Jeep with no top, it's just, or like what are those safari vehicles, like the ones you see where they're outback, in the outback. That's what I envision. I've never been, so I'm an uneducated American.
We do have cities. Well, look, the outback is like if you drove 50 miles into the desert. I've been around your neck of the woods. There's plenty of desert around there. Yeah, it's kind of like that, but sort of a bit. It's like red instead of orange, I suppose.
That's good. That's funny. Oh man. I'll run through some of the chat real quick. Exactly, Jacob bringing both, says Scott M. Big up Scott M in the house. Rob Patterson says we are still linked to both. We are still linked to both, but the latest word that I've seen, and again, this could just be journalist waffle to get through the times in which there's not, they're
Nothing.
still monitoring both situations, but they haven't decided which situation they want to dip their toes in first. Like it's take it with a grain of salt, everything you read. But if I'm operating under the assumption that what they're saying is true, then I'm gonna lean on the side of like, well, I want both. I think it'd be a little cheap, a little nearsighted to just go for the one. That was
Yeah.
fun.
Sorry, man.
Bienvenida al stream. A la stream. Bienvenida because I'm a female. Yeah, bienvenida. Lisa, good call. I always get those wrong, the masculine and feminine part when you're doing language. But
Oh,
yeah.
that one.
Do you speak any other languages, Paul, or
No,
just?
I just pick up the odd word when I'm traveling somewhere. So, but I don't speak, as in communicate fluently with anyone that doesn't speak English. I'll just be polite when I'm in their country.
Yeah, I always try and learn a few phrases. So when I go to places, I can say things like "calimera," "calispera," "calinicta." Things like. And when they say something, I can reply "ohi" or "ne." When I was in Greece specifically.
Yeah.
Definitely want to learn. And anytime I've ever gone to Mexico to work, I remember this one year. So I used to travel with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders for this calendar shoot. Once a year, we go to some place in Mexico, and then the last 2 years I worked there, we
Sounds
did
perfectly above board.
the last 2 years we did the Bahamas. Okay, so yeah, the last 2 years I was not the last 2 years. But the last 2 years that I worked there, the last two times I went on this trip, it was to the Bahamas. But the first 4 years I went, it was to Mexico, different places like Puerto Vallarta, Cancun. Trying to remember the other. Tulum, I think was one, and then somewhere else. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. But my point being, whenever I went to Mexico, I was always like, we'd hire some local people to help be like stagehands, help us lug equipment up and down the beach. Because when you think about it, like you want a local there who can like help you navigate, and then also, bro, think about a beach and you have a trolley full of camera equipment, tripods, lights, and boom mics, and audio equipment, and batteries, and you're lugging that stuff all over the beaches of Mexico. It's nice to have a couple helping hands. So I learned stuff that way, but then it sucks because literally as soon as I leave, 2 weeks later, I forget everything and I'm back to square
Yeah.
one. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah. I'm exactly the same. I'll learn it and then it'll just plop out of my head.
Lisa, this was before I met my wife, and technically the last year I did it, I was dating my wife, but she, no, did not like it. Was not a cool time. Not, but to be fair, when I have a memory of being in the Bahamas in my hotel room talking to my future wife, but she was my then girlfriend, and we were booking our trip to Greece, and it was the first time I ever went to Europe. So that for me is a good memory of the cheerleaders calendar shoot. I mean, I try to explain to her, Paul, I'm working hard out here, okay, baby. It's not what you think. It's not just all shiny, greasy oils and bikinis. It's hard work, man. It's cinematography. It's art,
Yeah.
bro. I'm trying to, she just didn't
Not,
get it. She
not
didn't get
everyone can
it.
be a fluffer.
Someone had to put the oil on them, and it had to be me. Okay, someone had to. Big up Liverpool 12 pool, man. Big up Wayne Bonner, another YouTube
Hey.
member in the house. Says, "Sup, everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're well, Wayne Bonner. Big up yourself right now." Oh yes, driving around in Australia in the Mad Max. Yeah. Lisa said, I saw that we may have competition now from United and Liverpool for Tapsoba, which means we shouldn't expect him anymore. If that's true, I could imagine him going either one of those before he came here. That's just me personally. Paul, what do you think?
I don't know which United we're talking about. There's so many teams that
Manchester.
have that generic name. That I see. I think we've got the Ange factor. Like at Liverpool, you've got Jurgen. Klopper's completely gone round the twist. He's cracked. The stress has played on him. Man United, I think Ten Hag has shown himself to be not up to the job. But we got Ange Postecoglou. It's going to be up to Ange. If Ange wants him, we'll have him. And if Ange don't, then we'll see him wander off to one of those other two teams.
You bring up a point that I want to talk to you about because my brain works in a you know how my brain works. Yeah, like a fucking squirrel in Central Park in the trees. You just don't know which tree I'm on, what branch leads to what tree. But you brought up something that about Ainge riding off on these players. I was thinking about this today. Kulusevski, I don't think that is a Ainge riding off on him. Do you think that Ainge rode off on him? And if he did not, which I'm assuming he did not, that is a club signing, they said, we're selling a lot of number 21 kits. Let's go ahead and sign them up. We can milk this cow for at least one more year. Is that just me and my tinfoil hat conspiracy time? Or is that, do you think that that's actually... Because I feel like that's a club signing that we got Kulusevski. We picked up that option, the 35 or 30, whatever it was, currency sign that we ended up paying. But I just wonder if Ainge is looking at Kulusevski like, no, I don't want this guy. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Do you think Kulusevski's an Ainge Postecoglou kind of guy?
Well, I think he could be. I think that, let me put this to you, Mr. Walraven. Let me suggest something to you. Is it perhaps that you are maybe thinking that because when we signed Vicario and we signed Maddison, they both came out and said, "Look, I had a chat with Ange, and Ange said this to me." Whereas with Kulu, we haven't seen him sitting in that 1980s pop video white set saying, "Oh, I'm coming to." There hasn't been an interview with him, has there, or anything like that, where he's saying, "This is why I'm coming to Spurs" and all that, because he's already been with us for 18 months. So maybe it's because we just haven't heard something come out of Kulu's mouth about it. I don't know. Look, truth is, I don't know if he's club or Ange. I'd like to think that Ange would have to, give it the stamp of approval. But
it's before he started, when we picked up that option early. So,
well, it was only official after though, and Ange was chatting to these other dudes before he officially started on the 1st of July as well. I think soon as he lifted that third cup in that 1 year, the Scottish FA Cup with Celtic, I think he was all over what Spurs wanted to bring in and get rid of. But who knows, man? Who knows?
That's one of those things I think would be interesting. I kind of wish we were doing what we did when we got Jose, which was we had the cameras, and they had to release something, right? They had to release something of what was going on behind closed doors, because I would like to know personally. Big up Thanos XRY13 says Calimera, Calispera as well. To you, my friend. Bobby K says hit that like button, folks. Do that. Hit that like button. To me, I'm a little disheartened hearing that United and Liverpool are in for Tapsoba. I'm also a little disheartened hearing that, Paul, I've been riding this high, this fun flow of we got Maddison done. We didn't get David Raya, but we got our second choice, and we got him pretty young. He's cheap. 19 mil. That's less than half of what Brentford was minimum willing to let David Raya go for. So for me, there was a lot of reasons to be excited. But now, James Maddison, and then Solomon got announced, or it was Here We Go. Yeah, it's not announced, but it's the Fabrizio Romano Here We Go, right? That's damn near as good as being announced sometimes. And I'm like, when are the center backs gonna start coming through the door, and when are the other ones gonna be walking out the door? That's another story. I want to talk about outgoings in a minute, but primarily, are you concerned? Are you still riding the fun excitedness of the, or am I just being impatient?
Yeah, no. I've got the guy I wanted to be as manager for. I've got my perfect manager in, and I've been sensing that. Not sensing it, I've been reading it, because people have been very explicit in their comments. It's not like I'm sort of internet YouTube channel viewer whisperer or something. They've been saying it quite
You
explicitly.
might be able to say it and get away with it because I'd believe you.
Well, I think people are getting worried. The reason I'm not worried, I think, is because it's possibly because I'm so happy that Ange is there. Give it another month and I might be. But I think people are worried because it wouldn't be the first time that Tottenham have kind of given out vibes. We're buying some central defenders and then we end up not doing it. And I think people are understandably a bit worried that, maybe it's going to happen again this year. But I'm willing to just hang tight and see what happens at the moment. I'm not worried. It's still early days. Oh, what's this?
Paul was the first person I hear say we should get Postecoglou. Exactly. Always got to give the man props. If you're new to the channel and you haven't already, go hit that link. It's right there, the Hotspur Hippie. Go subscribe. Not the Hotspur Hippie. It's just Hotspur Hippie, but it's in the title.
I thought about putting
it's in the description.
in there, and I thought I don't want people typing 4 extra characters in. It's a pain in the ass, isn't it?
I mean, but you are the Hotspur Hippie.
Yeah,
I feel like Hotspur Hippie. I don't know. It's interesting. I'm gonna put up a poll. It's an irrelevant poll. I'm gonna put up a poll. Should Paul have put the before Hotspur Hippie? And let's see.
The result of this poll will mean an awful lot to me. I guarantee you. I'll take it into careful consideration.
Yeah, we got 14 watching. Sorry, y'all, whoever watches back on playback, you're missing out on this exciting poll. But right now, okay, so there's 5 votes. One for yes, 3 for no, and 1 for what the fuck. So
yeah,
there it is. I think you made the right choice. Oh no, 2 votes just came in. 1 for yes, 1 for what the fuck.
Yeah. Well, I was always thinking when I started my channel of just swaying in whatever breeze there is where people are blowing, and just following the sheep. So I will, whatever wins, you can be assured that I will put into effect in due course.
What if what the fuck wins? Because then what are we going to do for that one? Well, I guess I'll just try to be less strange, more detail oriented. Again, this is I just wanted to hang out tonight. I wasn't trying to be too serious. I feel like I've been doing those daily uploads. I don't know if you've seen them, those daily uploads I've been doing. I'm trying to be like, and then I'm going to talk about this, and I'm looking at and then talk about la 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 la. And I was like, today I've had a long day. My wife left so early today, and I've been with just me and the boy, no nap. And when there's no nap, it's a long day. And she just got home right before I texted you, Paul. So it had been a long day. Ja Dank, this is my good friend from since way back when, way back in the day. Paul with the glorious beard. That is correct.
All you got to do is just do nothing. It's the easiest thing it happens all by itself, man.
This is what happens if I do nothing. You see,
You just got to do nothing longer.
But then I just have long hairs on my cheeks, like Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I just have like wispies because I can't. It's not connected. I don't know what it is. I just don't have that hair gene. But it's okay because like my brother who had a beard in 8th grade.
This always fucked this. I remember there's kids like that in my school that were shaving like from the age of 10.
That's insane. Yeah, that's so insane to me. But for me, see you, Bobby K. Have a good evening. Be safe. Whatever you're doing. Off to Big K football game. Good luck, Big K. That's what I liked about the long hair. I remember when whenever my hair would be long and people, oh, your hair's so nice. It looks so good. What do you do to it? Fucking nothing. I wake up and I just brush it and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a bit. I don't know if my camera's good enough to pick it up, but I've got my slight thinning bald spot somewhere around here. But apart from that, it's all good.
Yeah. There's a shiny spot, but
You can only see it if I point it out. Now
yeah,
everyone can see it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, there's also what else was I wanting to talk? Have you? I'm gonna ask you a question. You probably I already know the answer to this before I ask. Have you seen the movie Ted Lasso?
No.
Okay,
So there's a line of questioning.
so
No,
let
I know of him, but it just never really kind of grabbed me.
well, I'm gonna show you this and see if you can guess what they're trying to infer here. Okay, Paul. So bear with me a second. Let me do this. Let me do this. This person says same. Oh, hang on. Let me. This layout. I fucked this with the layout. That's my fault. So this person says same energy. Pochettino officially announced. He had his interview. I guess he's already been officially announced, but like he had his interview. His first interview came out today. He's wearing the Chelsea training gear. And this is obviously it says Coys Seminoles, so you know it's a Spurs fan. What do you? So what does this mean to you then? This guy.
I don't know who that is. I know who I'm vaguely familiar with the man on the left, but who's the guy on the right? Is that a West Ham top? It doesn't look
Yeah,
like.
but he's
It's not
so the guy
David
on the right.
Moyes.
The guy on the right is from. Um, this guy on the right is from Ted Lasso. The guy on the left is Pochettino.
Right, okay,
And so they're
right.
saying that this is the same energy. So I want to know from someone who doesn't know from the show, what do you think this person's trying to infer by posting Pochettino and this person from Ted? What do you think that means about this person from
Okay.
Ted Lasso?
Look, I don't think Pochettino looks particularly comfortable in that outfit. I think he's there almost not quite under duress, but it doesn't suit him. Look at it. It's wrong. I don't know. It's not him. It's not him. If I don't know, I'm waffling, but that does not look like Pochettino. That looks like some Chelsea action figure that they've stuck in a fake Pochettino head on. And
Did you happen to watch his interview?
no,
Okay.
no.
Would you like to?
Yeah, oh well, if it's not going to get you into trouble, let's have a look. I mean, he doesn't look happy, does he?
He doesn't. Let's see. No, don't play that. Don't show
But
that.
no.
No,
Oh,
no. Let's see. I'm gonna do this though, because I like this look better. Um, Here we go.
But still,
Okay, so this is in Spanish. Did I click late? Oh, whoa, no. That's why I clicked latest. Because I was trying to hide it. I want to show you what he said.
I think part of his deal might be, look, okay, I'll come to Chelsea, but I ain't wearing fucking blue, mate. All right, you're gonna have to redesign the manager's kit, so I'm not wearing blue.
yes,
Because that would be just too on the nose.
Just wait till he comes to the damn Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Oh,
Let's see. Where is it? Where is it?
no, man. No, man. I mean, this is a square peg in a round hole. Look at it. Look at it.
You don't think he fits?
No. It's screaming, I don't want to be here.
Trying to see if I can find. I want you to hear some quotes out of the man's mouth himself. But all of this is just like fluff, PR fluff. We're going to give it all. We're going to do whatever we're going to do. You know, it's gonna be the most important thing. Yeah. It was like a 9-minute interview that I saw. I listened to it with breakfast just to get me in the mood for the day. What is going on here? That's only 4 minutes, so that's not the. Basically, he said some stuff like Chelsea's the best club in the world. They're the best club in England for the past 15 years. They're the best ever. I can't wait to get on my knees for Chelsea Football Club. I can't wait for that little lion logo to get tattooed on my left ass cheek. And then he also said, so they're not showing you the full interview that I was trying to show you the full interview there, but let me see if I can find it. Twitter's a fucking wild place. Might even hit my limit. Well, now you got limits on Twitter. Seeing all the damn game footage. Wish we could show game footage on YouTube. That'd be fun. Okay, summary of Pochettino's interview with Chelsea yesterday. Chelsea's the biggest club in England. Oh, wow. He didn't say that. He didn't say none of that. Okay, I'm not reading any of that. He didn't say any of that. This is all lies.
You're looking at Twitter for facts,
But he did
man.
say this. He did say this. In the last 10, 12, 15 years, Chelsea is the greatest team in England.
Yeah. Well, that's partly because they were owned by someone who stole the entire resources of a massive country in the world. And when you steal all of the resources, like oil, for example, from a complete country and put it into a football club that was shit, you probably are going to pick up the odd trophy. And now all that money has gone and they're owned by a complete twat who doesn't know anything about football. I don't think they're going to be the greatest football club for the next 10, 12, 15 years. Signor Pochettino.
Look at him. Saying that. I mean, honestly, he doesn't. It looks photoshopped, right?
There's something wrong about it.
There's something wrong.
Or maybe he's got a bit of Mourinho vibes there. Maybe he's got a bit of I'm too fucking good for this club. You know?
No, he to me, okay, so I did listen to the full 9 minutes, and on a serious note, to me he did sound like he was already fucking under duress from ownership. Like he's about to get fired. He's like, I just want to say I love Mr. Todd. I love Mr. whatever the other guy's name is, and the other guy, I love them. A lot of good chats with them. Like every moment he could, he was brown nosing, kissing ass, and that's what I wanted you to hear was him, really, to me, solidifying that I don't think any Spurs fan should ever want him back because it was just like all the typical.
Okay, interesting.
But also, a little bit to play devil's advocate. Like, what would you expect him to say? Oh, fuck this place, Tottenham till I die. You know what I mean? He's like the manager. He's trying to do his thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird.
I don't know if you want to hear any manager kissing the arse of the owners because I think an awful. Well, I think football fans don't really give a shit about their owners. You know, I think we'd prefer their owners to be these like invisible people that, you know, they just write out checks once in a while and don't screw anything up too much. You don't want to hear a manager saying, "Oh, I love bloody it's because it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant." So Poch is he saying things like, "Oh, is he actually saying things like Bowley is taking Chelsea in the right direction?" Because that should be his bloody job to do that, not the bloody twat in the big leather couch.
Lisa says he has much of the Chelsea fan base against him. He has to kiss their butts.
Yeah.
And that really felt true. Like he literally looked. To me, he didn't look like with us. He's smiling. He's like, I fucking love my life. It is the greatest life. You know, I love it. Tottenham. And this is like, he's fucking, it's like a hostage video. They kept showing behind the scenes to say, look, we don't have a gun pointed to the guy. He's scared. He's scared to be here. I don't know.
There was a player we've done this a couple of times, but there's a player we had in the 80s, Graham Roberts, and it was his birthday yesterday as well. He's 64 yesterday. Magnificent player. And Spurs did a bit of the dirty with this guy, and we kind of forced him out to Chelsea. And Graham Roberts said and didn't want to go. Graham Roberts did not want to go to Chelsea, and he said from day one he was told this is what the atmosphere was like. He said he was in the canteen, and the dinner lady just slammed some food in front of him and said, "This is a professional footballer who's won 2 FA Cups and a UEFA Cup, mind you." The dinner lady says, we don't like yids here. So that is what Pochettino's walking into. He is walking into a place that really doesn't like Tottenham for all sorts of reasons, man. You know, Chelsea is one of those clubs that have got an awful lot of problems with their fan base and culture. You know, so then you know he's going to have to win a lot for them to even like him. And I don't think. But look, I don't think they're going to win. To me, they're a club in disarray. I don't care how much money you spend. Todd Bowley is going to be in the dressing room interfering. You know, doing even worse than Daniel Levy. I think they're relegation candidates this year, Jacob. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't think they're no top 4, no top 5, no Phoenix from the Flames. They're a club in disarray because at their heart they've got no soul. How about that, Pochettino?
Yeah, how about that? Glenn Meadows, big up Glenn Meadows, says looks like a deer in headlights. Rob Patterson says he looks like he was in shackles in that pic. That's what I'm saying. It looks like one of them hostage videos where he's like, "No, I'm very serious. I love them so much. I love them."
It's like, you know, it's like his collar's a bit too tight. It's almost like it's shielding.
I feel like one size up on the training gear wouldn't have hurt either.
That's right. So I think what we're missing is underneath that collar, like that film, The Running Man. If he goes a certain distance away from Stamford Bridge, he's just got this explosive device around his neck that just pops his head off if he goes too
like a little shot. No, I think it's a shock collar. They're training him. The thing is, you train him on, and over time, Pochettino won't try to get too far away. You know, he won't run away too far. Oh man!
No, you're not, mate.
Yeah, let me go ahead and end the poll for Paul. Oh, 17 votes, Paul. 17 votes.
People have spoken.
Should Paul have put the before Hotspur hippie? 47% says yes. 35% say no. 18% say what the fuck.
I under my own constitution, I require a 75% voice of the people to enact change. So unfortunately, it's going to stay as Hotspur hippie.
18 votes still remains. The 18th vote was for what the fuck. I just saw what the fuck go up. So I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. Yep, it was Daniel Field. Daniel Field just says, I went what the fuck. I'm going to end that poll right there. That's fun. That's fun. You know, I like to have fun with the polls. Paul, you know I won't do this. Did you like this? Did you like the stream? Yes or no? Yes, no, maybe so.
Dude.
Did you like the stream yet? Yes or no? Maybe so, Paul.
A lot of time I watch streams on my phone and things like that, and you know, I think, oh, I'd love to engage with this bunch of people, and no, I can't because there's this thing in front of me saying, have I liked the stream yet? And I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no to it. It's an extra step.
Yeah. I'm adding, okay, so the poll, I'm doing a new poll. Thoughts on the Poch interview. First answer, nasty, yucky, ew, ew.
I'm here 6 months. Fuck it, I'll take a few million. What the
hell? So the question, thoughts on Poch interview. Nasty, yucky, ew, ew. It's fine, I don't care. Next one, should have gone up a size. And then, what's a good fourth option, Paul?
I still love Spurs.
He was a hostage.
Yeah, hostage. Yeah.
There we go. All right, y'all. The poll is live. There's 19 of us, 21 of us watching. 19. Nope, it says 19 now. 19, 21, whatever.
If you contrast that freeze frame you got there for a start next to when we beat Ajax and he's on the ground crying tears of joy, it's not the same man, is it?
Let's see what else we can find. What other
guy that was crying at Ajax? There he is. Look at him.
He's like,
I'm so happy to be here,
guys. I love it here. I swear, I love it here. You don't come at me. Please let my family go. I I love it here. I
He
love
proved
Todd
us right.
Bowley, and I love Ickbon, whatever his name is. AI Pochettino.
My name is Mauricio Pochettino. I have a very specific set of skills.
Graham Roberts was quality. Pleat didn't want him, if memory serves. Big
That's
mistake
right,
in my
man.
book.
Yep.
Wayne Bonner also says he has that Nuno look when he did his interview.
Yeah.
2 days ago was the anniversary of "We're gonna make you so proud. We're
So
gonna
proud.
make you proud."
Well,
And you know what he did? He won Manager of the Month, and then he got sacked the next month. I don't know of any manager who does that.
yeah.
So he's got my vote. Big up Amir. Van de Ven will be a great signing for Tottenham. He's pacey, high energy, but Enoch still need to go. Thank you. Thank you for that. As a Liverpool fan, he even knows Enoch's the problem.
Every owner's shit, though, aren't they? That's the thing. I mean, who's like the big clubs? I think Enoch and I don't like Enoch or Daniel Levy, but I'm glad they're not the bloody Glazers. They're the worst. They are.
This question will be really fucking easy to answer for me. I would mind. Big up Amir for the question. I would mind very much. Amir, humor me for a second. This is why Eric Dyer has to leave the club. This is obligatory. Anytime his name gets brought up, I have to play the clip to always remind people just how shitty of a fucking guy this is for Tottenham.
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you guys.
Big up, Eric.
Laughing it up, Eric Dyer. Just laughing it up. Dave Portnoy just having a good time laughing at us. So no, he needs to go. He needs to be the first one out the Winks. Nice. He was up there as well because he's the same thing. He'd go out there with Dave Portnoy, but he didn't get invited. But if he would have been invited, he definitely would have been there giggling with Dave Portnoy as well. That's just my opinion. So fuck the guy. I want him gone. Paul, do you want Dyer here as a backup option? I want him as far away from I want him in another country personally, but maybe championship. Maybe send him all to Leicester.
I don't think we need him, do we?
I just don't want him.
I don't want. Yeah, I don't like his influence in the dressing room. I don't like his attitude.
What is this not good for vibes?
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah.
That's not good for the vibe in the locker room when you're laughing at the fact that you don't win anything.
Wouldn't have said that to Graham Roberts. Graham Roberts actually won something. It's like, Eric, you're in a position to actually help us win something, man. It's your job. It's your job.
At least have some pride and be like, when someone says, and you never win anything, right? No, but we haven't yet. Maybe we can this season. Yeah. Have a little fucking confidence. This is before the season. This is literally before our Champions League season started, Paul. And this guy's laughing that we never win anything. That's the mentality problem at Tottenham Hotspur. And when you have too many people hanging out with guys like Eric Dyer laughing about the fact that we don't win anything, that breeds a culture of fucking losers. Yeah. And I don't want any of them losers at my club. The sooner we get rid of them, the better. Winks, we got rid of one. Doherty, we got rid of another. Let's just rip up contracts. Eric Dyer, no one wants to buy him. Rip it up. Saudi Arabia don't want to buy him for 5. Rip it up. Just rip it up. Just start. Yeah. Sanchez, no, we can't get you to La Liga. Rip it up, and let's get these guys in. Let's make some.
He would be the last. I would. You know what? I would probably. Look, as a backup, we could have Dorrington. We could have Plakotski. I'd even probably prefer bloody Davison Sanchez as a backup to Eric Dyer. I just don't like. I don't like him. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he never takes responsibility. You know what, Jacob? Here's the thing, right? So a couple of weeks ago, I looked up. I know I don't like stats. I hate statistics, but I just wanted to know who's doing the tackling at Tottenham. And you've got, our defenders. You'd expect them to be the top of number of tackles, right? And there's a few up there, and then you've got Pierre, and then you've got Skip. Eric Dyer is way down the list for tackles, and it's like, it's your job, mate.
Do you remember what his average was for this season?
In my mind, I can only recall him doing one 2-footed challenge, and he came sliding in like a dog wiping its ass on the grass after it's had too much chocolate. And I'm pretty sure I saw most of Tottenham last year. I saw one slide tackle from Eric Dyer, so it ain't that many.
I'm gonna look it up in here a second, but I'm gonna try and catch up on the chat real quick. Big ups if you're tuning in on Jacob TV. I see some of my Chelsea friends over there. I have friends who support Chelsea. It's okay. They're good people. But it's always good to have some rival fans, and I like the banter. So I like to have friends who, you know, I got friends in low places, high places, medium, extra large places, extra small places. I like to have friends in all different places. So big up if you're tuning in on Jacob TV. Please do hit that like, hit that subscribe. I see Jacob TV hit 100 subscribers today, so woohoo!
Ooh, are you simulcasting?
Yeah, I am simulcasting the both channels.
Sorry, I'm American.
I'm aluminium, my aluminium foil hat.
Semi-final.
Potato. That's not. I'm not going to do any more bad accents. I'm sorry. I agree with this. There's no scenario. But big up Cursor. Big up the special one. Big Al says big up Jacob. Rob Patterson. Lester had good owners until he died. Yeah, that's actually fucking crazy. What happened with Leicester's owners? The helicopter smashing outside the stadium after he left the stadium in his helicopter and it crashed outside the stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, and he died. And then the sun took over. Yeah. It's crazy, right? And that's why when they won that FA Cup, they were all crying and saying, "This one's for you, Daddy. Keep flying in the sky."
Gotcha.
But like, yeah, so I was going to make a joke, an insensitive joke, but I'm not going to do that. RIP to the man who... I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. It's a crazy last name. Big up Jacob. He's magic, you know, says H Talks Chelsea. We are breaking it down. We're breaking it down right now. We're going through his first interview, and right now I think he's a hostage. He's definitely a hostage. He's got to be a hostage.
Look at him. Who's that there?
I think he's talking to you.
Are you inspired? Oh wow! I'm so glad we got Poch. He's just like he's a
hostage. He's a hostage.
Chair. He's probably got a bucket in the corner.
Dang, the people who are tuning in on Jacob TV, they can't see the poll right now. So I'll give you a live update on the poll. 15 votes. Thoughts on the Poch interview. 40% says it's fine. I don't care. 27% says he was a hostage. And then 20%.
The bag off his head just seconds before that starts up.
All right, everyone rolling. The bag's off his head. Egg action. I love it so much. This is the greatest club. You know? And in last place is he should have gone up a size. That was kind of mean of me. I probably shouldn't have put that one. That's not mean. That's not too mean.
No, okay. No, that's not criticizing someone's size or anything like that. You know, it's just get your clothes to fit.
I guess training wear is supposed to be nice and snug, right? Hug your body. I guess
hide your shock collar.
Yeah, just hide that shock collar real nice too. Them anklets, those magnets. You know how shopping carts nowadays they have those magnets and they have strips on the parking lot. At least in America, this is how they have. So they have magnets to where literally, if you try to run away with the shopping cart, it'll stop on a dime right there because it's like a super magnet in the ground, and it fucking I swear it has happened it's legit, and I'm saying it's like that for him. He's got those on his ankles, and if he tries to run too far away from Stamford Bridge, the magnets will get him, you know what I mean? I can't leave, y'all. I can't go too far. Big up Nick Brown. Big up Amir. Dyer has to go and be shipped to. He has to be shipped to somewhere. Who's this Eric Dyer you mentioned? Is he a ball boy? He's a fan at the club. He enjoys watching attackers run past him. He enjoys Iheanacho setting up a shot right in front of him while he just watches. He was like, "Oh, the art of the game is happening right in front of me. What can I do other than look in awe as Iheanacho of a soon to be relegated team dances all in front of him and takes a shot. That's just one of my fun, lasting memories with Eric Dyer.
I think the other thing Poch is thinking is, it's in the back of his mind, is no one's actually seen Graham Potter since he left the club. You know, out in public.
That's a good point. Where is he?
Where's Graham Potter?
Where's Graham?
Allegedly let go by the company, by the football club.
Where?
I don't know where he is.
Where is he? You're right. I haven't seen a photo of him since. Maybe he's
not been linked with any jobs, or and he's just Jimmy Hofford maybe.
Lisa says, I haven't seen many streams lately, but in all this defense talk, I haven't heard Davis's name mentioned. Any news on him, or we just forgot about him? There hasn't been any that I've seen. There hasn't been any links or snifflings around. There at least has been with Dyer, and I think the fact that Ben Davies could play a left back and a back four, as well as play that left center back if, say, we had a better left back, I think that has, at least for me, from a perspective of he's not as high as Dyer and Sanchez are on the list of heads that need to roll this offseason. Maybe he's a January. Maybe we could get a couple 6 performances out of him, because that's all he can do is give us a 6 out of 10 performance every time. Get a couple 6s out of him, and then maybe like one of the teams that are struggling in January, they'll say, oh, we could use Ben Davies, and they'll come in and get him. That's my thought. With Eric Dyer, I don't want to see him play. I don't want to see him here till January. I need him gone yesterday, is how I feel about it. Paul, do you have any take here?
Yeah, because people have been talking about, we need 2 centre backs. Me, I want a left back. I want a decent left back, because I don't, unless Udogie can do that. I don't know that he is that. I don't know if he's more of a winger or whatever, because we went through this crazy time at Tottenham investing in this made-up position called a wing-back, which I don't really understand, and I'd rather have full-backs, but it might be the case that Ben Davies just hangs out on the back left, and then in January we get rid of him. But I'd be really excited over a good left-back signing, and that's assuming Udogie plays more up the pitch a bit. But I don't find him as offensive as Dyer.
He isn't as offensive.
No.
He's still offensive.
Like, he is offensive, and sometimes he can do a job. He gets run around a bit, but he will slide in. He will block a shot. He's not brilliant, but. I'm just laughing at this picture of Poch, man. Is there? I bet there's no point in this video that you can freeze frame it. And he looks happy.
That's a good point. He looks aged. You know how when they always do this thing here in America when a president, they're like, here's him on his first day and here's him on his last day, and he looks like he just got ran through a dryer for 4 years. And Pochettino looks a little. He don't look happy, man. He don't look happy at all. Graham Potter is Orange Cassidy in AEW. Do you watch AEW?
What is that?
I think it's wrestling, professional wrestling.
Oh, okay. No.
Okay, I don't know what that. I don't know who Orange Cassidy is either. Dyer enjoys assisting opposition teams. Yeah. I think he's just such a fan of the game. He enjoys watching it more than anything.
And then pointing. Did you see that guy's goal? Wasn't it brilliant?
Hey, this guy, he's gonna get wide open. Watch. There he goes. What? There he goes. Hey, did y'all see that? There he goes. I can see Graham Potter getting a Saudi job pretty soon. I can see that too. Steven Gerrard just got signed to one of those Saudi Arabian teams. So, yeah, he did.
Oh, interesting.
They announced it today. I hope we don't let Davies go. He's a great squad player. He needs to be let go at some point. I have a general rule of thumb. If you've been here for 4 more years and your name's not Harry Kane or Heung Min Son, then you need to go. But he's not the first couple names on my list. I got a couple more people I want to get. Sessegnong's got to go. There's a few names that just people gotta go, man.
It looks
Hugo
like
Lloris
people are
gotta go. Speaking of hostages, you see I did a stream with Sean from Spurs Talk Show and we were breaking down people's body language as they returned for their first day of report. And so it was
scraping that
fun.
content together. We know we're going to analyse what the players look like as they're coming out of the cars. And how did you go? What were your findings, Mr. Body Language Experts?
Well, Tanguy and Ndombele clearly slept on the way to the fucking training ground. He barely woke up, rolled out the car, and was like, "All right, y'all, fucking see you." And then he walked up. He did give a little wink behind the shades and a finger point. So that to me,
Okay.
my body language calculations, my analytic data in the brain based on this knowledge says he was just sleepy. That's what I was thinking. Everyone's
Right.
saying his body language, he kind of grabbed at his hamstring a little bit. People thought he may have injured himself walking into but I think he was just giving a little stretch. You know what I mean? He had a little mosquito bite or something on the back of his thigh. Needed a little scratching. But Hugo Lloris looked like he was reporting for fucking active military duty during the Vietnam draft, and he's he's Muhammad Ali or whoever it was that was opposing the war at the time. He looked like a guy who just got sentenced and it was like, okay, you can go home and like say bye to your family, but then you got to report to the court and like turn yourself in so you can spend the next 25 years in jail. He was walking up. Hugo Lloris wasn't looking at anyone, just looking down and around, didn't smile. He was trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible. Whereas like
Wow.
people like Basuma are like, hey, we're back. You know, I'm so happy to be here. Woohoo. He's like fucking God, do they see me?
Just like Poch. Yeah, nice to see you, Chelsea. I'm Mauricio Pochettino. Happy to be. Look at him. Look at him. There. So Lloris was all. I got lucky and oh, am I frozen? Are we?
No, I muted myself. I can hear my son screaming in the other room.
Oh, cool. Gotcha.
So I'll just mute myself in between things I'm
I
saying.
just thought I wasn't being entertaining.
No.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's just some bunch of yelling outside my door.
that's it. So Lloris,
you want to answer this one?
I'll try it. I've got a bit of an eye migraine.
I'll read it. I'll read it for you. It says, Jacob, do you think if Chelsea goes in for Kane that they can get him?
I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Kane's going anywhere. I saw some Fleet Street meathead write something today about Kane has asked Tottenham to leave. I mean, they're just making shit up. There doesn't seem to be any real genuine movement for it. I think Ange is going to sort things out with Kane, and then we'll know. Then we'll know if Ange doesn't want Kane around or Kane is having his head turned, he'll be out the door. I don't think he'll be to Chelsea, but I don't think we would sell to a direct competitor like that. That doesn't make sense. You're a mute, man, if you're talking.
Yeah, yep. I was right there at the hour mark. What a professional shindig we're running over here, right?
That's right, man.
For me, I don't think that we'll sell him, but he maybe for a free. But if y'all came in for him, I would imagine 200 would be the asking price.
200, yeah.
So give us 200, 220, you can have Kane. How about that?
200 of those squiggly currency signs, whatever they. Maybe it's a new football currency that I just don't know about. Football has got so much money in it; it's got its own thing, like Bitcoin or something. We trade only in squiggles.
We trade only in squiggly lines, parallel and perpendicular. Cursor says, "How do you feel about Poro?" Paul, I'll ask you first. How do you feel?
Oh yeah, it's nice to. I think he showed us enough. I think I like his attitude. And I think Ange would have signed off on that one. And I'm excited to see a bit more of him. Look pretty good. Look pretty eager to fight for the shirt to me.
It looks like he's got passion. And there's a lot of times I think, what I like to see, even if you have ineptitude parts of your game defensively, we could all say Poro's a liability. Sometimes he looks like Bambi on ice trying to defend. But going forward, he has a lot of qualities. And I think that in addition to Just the amount of heart and drive I feel like we get from him.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah.
I think that I would explore the option if I'm Ange Postecoglou and I'm curious. I mean, he's a smart bloke, so if he does it or doesn't, I trust his judgment on it. But I gotta imagine that I might want to test him out there at the right wing position instead, and let him challenge Kulusevski for that position, and then let the Solomon guy be that 78th minute, 85th minute subs for Sonny. So then I think we have then two wingers at each position, and Harry Kane and Richarlison who can back. We're starting to see a squad come together where we could say, hey, we might have two at a position here that are okay. Obviously, I haven't talked about the back line because there's one that you could say is decent, and that's about fucking it, and that's Romero. And outside of that is major holes.
Well, you know, Emerson as just purely a defender isn't that bad. Because we're going to be playing, Jacob, we're going to be playing with a back four this year. None of this back five crap anymore. It's going to be like normal football at the back. Isn't it amazing?
It's weird. It's going to be weird.
Wow. We're not going to have three people in the penalty box for no reason, getting confused with each other.
And the training videos that have been coming out lately too, that's just like a different energy. It's like
it's got a football in it.
Pass it, you fucker. Pass it. You better pass it. And it's not just us stretching our coochies on the elliptical machine.
Yeah, it's just like, rolling our taints on a sponge ball.
Oh, spiky butt rolls, grinding for the weekend with a fist emoji. No, I want to see kick the ball. No, kick it faster. Kick it faster. Pásale, way. Órale, way. That's what I want to see.
Well, I saw an article about this, and it looks like, apparently Conte wasn't much for having a schedule of training, and Ange just come straight in with that, and
apparently he provided a month's schedule in advance, so the players no excuse, bro. That's beautiful because no fucking excuse you didn't know we were doing what, because I gave it to you 3 weeks in advance. You know what I mean? I love that.
Bang! There you go. That's what we're doing. And a lot of it is based around 60 to 70 minutes of exertion as well, which is what you play in a football game. None of this, we're going to run 10 kilometres half an hour before we play a football match crap.
Wayne Bonner says, I heard Spurs were giving Dyer a contract as waste disposal so he could clean up all this shit he left on the pitch. I think it's in his pants. He runs around like he's got poop in his pants, or maybe he didn't wipe good enough. I don't know what his problem is.
Well, we'll find out now. We're playing in white shorts next year, won't we?
I'm curious if we are going to go with the all white, even though we have no Europe, because I thought that's a European thing. But
we've done white the odd year here and there, but it is the odd year because I think fans just don't like it because we should be playing in blue bloody shorts. And the funny thing is, like the women's team will be playing in blue shorts because they've said to women, okay, yeah, I get it. Okay, white shorts at certain times of your month might be a little bit embarrassing. We'll let you play in blue shorts. So the women are going to be playing in the proper kit, and we're going to be playing in this white shorty. Ugh. And I'm cynical, man. I think there's some knobhead at Nike or Spurs that have said, hey, if we play in all white, it will make the red lettering of our sponsor stand out more and they can pay more or something like that. I just don't get it while we're playing in white. I think that is a special thing that we say for Europe, or a year that we're going to win the double because we wore all white in 61 as well.
I like the all white personally. I think it looks really clean when we're playing in Europe. And I like it because it feels prestigious. It feels like holy in a way. You know what I mean? It feels like
week to week. So, but then it's special. Special. But you're happy with us doing it when we're playing like Reading or like Luton Town. Here comes Spurs in there as prestigious.
But that's FA. Like, I don't want to wear an FA Cup or Carabao Cup. I'm talking about specifically Europa, Champions League, or Conference League. Specifically those competitions.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's great. It's something special. It's like a bit of razzmatazz.
Yeah, a bit something on there. Mustardo with your hot dog,
Yeah.
I posted the link for Hotspur Hippie in the chat. Please do go over there and subscribe. Show some love for the man down under and show him some love. This question: how do you feel about Steven Bergwijn being sold? I think you guys should have kept him. He didn't want to be here, and I'm all for, if you don't want to be here, I don't want you here. Lisa says, did you guys catch that Jed Spence said he went to Cancun during vacation? I'm probably the only one who knows that. I did not. I watched that video of them walking in with no audio. Because it was, there's the one from them entering from the parking lot, and then there's the one where they're in the building and there's like a guy's like, hello there, did you fancy going anywhere during holiday?
Oh, they had Paul McCartney doing the filming, did they?
Oh, hello. He's like doing the POV from behind the camera. Hello there. Did you happen to cheerio? Find your way. There you go, little boy. You know, have a good day. And so it was the guy was very. That's what it sounded like to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? When you're behind the camera, you're supposed to be like not even a human. You're not even there. You're not. You don't exist. Is like the idea, right?
Yeah,
Whenever I was a cameraman, that's what they always told me. You don't exist. You're not involved. Don't communicate.
No, you're not getting a pay rise. You have the dirt beneath our feet.
Does Poch have enough pull to bring Kane to Chelsea? Whew. Enough pull? I guess it depends. I don't think so.
Not in his current state of mind, I don't think.
No, should I pull his face up again? He looks.
You think you're buzzed out by that?
I think Bayern and United make more sense, but if he loves London, then Chelsea is the only option. He is building a house in London, not very far from the training center of Boxham or whatever, the Cherryham, one of those streets.
That's another month's wages spent then.
Oh, well, there's 1 month. Paul O'Keefe claiming West Ham, Bournemouth, and Brighton in talks with Bristol over midfielder Alex Scott, who is a Tottenham fan. That is a kick in the balls. Absolutely. I've heard a lot of people talk really highly of this Alex Scott. I've admitted numerous times I've never really heard of him until the season ended. Then all of a sudden, Spurs fans are all talking about Alex Scott. I know he had like this one good game against City in the FA Cup. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. But I mean, if like a general rule of thumb is that this guy's a bad motherfucker, so I guess that sucks. I wouldn't consider it kicking the balls. A kick in the balls for me would be if we signed Longley and Micky Van de Veen and they say, there's your center backs. We got you covered. And I love Micky Van de Veen. I've wanted him for quite some time. But I feel like I'm just so scared we're going to have fucking Longley and Dyer as our back two. And that to
Actually,
me...
you know, funny, wait, because you said kicking the bollocks there.
Yeah.
Pochettino sat in that chair. Have you seen Casino Royale, the James Bond movie?
The one with what's the name?
There's this bit where he sat in this chair and he basically gets hit in the balls with no. This is a Daniel Craig one.
Oh,
it's the first Daniel Craig one.
No, I haven't seen any of the Daniel Craig ones. Yeah.
Okay, well then I won't explain it, but people who've seen Casino Royale will know what I mean. Pochettino looks like Daniel Craig when Lashif is about to interrogate him with the rope.
Well, there you go. Anyone who watched that, I don't know what that means. Cursor says Tottenham should be looking at Yusuf Atal. I don't know who that is.
Isn't it great when I'm in the same boat, man. You're doing a channel and people throw all these names. I don't fucking know, man.
I can only be honest. I'm not gonna like when Manor Solomon came out. I was like, who? And then I was like, and then I saw the clip on Twitter. Someone was like, "Welcome to Tottenham, Manor Solomon," and it was like this really nice clip of him in the FA Cup, cutting it in on his right foot in the corner of the box and curling it far post. Beautiful finish. And I remember it from last year. Here in the States, ESPN Plus has like a highlight reel of like FA Cup shit, and I remember seeing that, be like, oh, that's a good finish, but I didn't realize that was Solomon. I didn't ever think about the lad after that moment singularly. So when I heard his name, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna act like You know, especially too when we got Ainge Postecoglou, everyone's like, "Oh, we should go in for Jota or Kyogo," and I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
be.
wasn't keen on that. I wasn't. Oh, maybe Kyogo. I wasn't keen on Jota. So, but he's gone to Saudi or somewhere
He's
now.
gone to Saudi, yeah. But the thing is, like, people then all of a sudden, oh, I love Jota. Oh, Kyogo, that's the guy we need. And
Yeah.
people all of a sudden are now the experts of Celtic, and I'm like, no, hang on, hang on. For
Hang
me,
on.
hang on now. For me, um, I've watched Celtic play one match in my entire life, and that was the Scottish Cup right before we were about to grab Angel. So it was his final match. But outside of that, couldn't tell you much.
You know, I did
I'm about
watch a
to
lot
look
of.
up Yusuf though. Who's this
I
guy?
did watch a lot of Celtic over the last couple of years since Ange went there, and out of
Plays for
all the players,
Nice.
out of all the players, and this won't be popular with Tottenham fans, the one player I thought I'd like to see him at Tottenham was Cameron Carter-Vickers, because he was so bloody good in central defence, and he used to be one of ours. We loaned him here and loaned him there, and he didn't fit in. But in the last couple of years, he's just become so fantastic at that role. I would love to see him back at Tottenham, but that's the only one really.
I see a question. Thoughts on Spurs rumored kit for next season? The home kit is fucking boring. The away kit looks ugly and lame. It looks like something you'd wear into like an office work job, you know, and they're like, you can wear your favorite sporting clubs like polo, you know, it has to be a polo. You know, those places like there's dress code. It has to have a collar. And you're like, oh, I've got something for our fun
I felt like
Fridays.
that.
Our
Oh,
yeah,
you're
this
talking
is
about the office, man. I can't
yeah, think
handle
about
office
the
talk.
cubicles with those fucking gray walls that you have pin tags and you tag stuff on the wall, reminders of post-it notes and such. It feels like our away kit next year looks like something you'd wear on like Fun Fridays when you get to wear a little something that's
Oh.
not just your regular button up, but it is a regular polo. It looks
You know,
boring as hell.
they call it Mufti Day over here. Mufti Day, like Friday. And it's like fucking harder to pick out clothes on a Friday than the rest of the week. It's like, because at least the rest of the week you're wearing like some sort of convict uniform and it's all the same. Whereas Friday, you've got to be a little bit more razzle dazzle or something. You can't be too casual, you know. You can't, you know, go there in like arseless leather chaps or something. So,
Cursor says saying London is white would sound crazy.
who's saying London is white? What?
I don't know exactly. Here's a channel link for Paul Beatty's channel. Hotspur Hippie. Not the Hotspur Hippie, just Hotspur Hippie.
Yeah.
Feel the same about Ziyech and Pulisic. They don't want to be at Chelsea. Yeah, if they don't want to be at Chelsea, F off. That's exactly how
Yeah,
I
you
feel.
don't. It's the worst thing you can have, isn't it? A player that doesn't want to be in your team.
Here's an interesting little bit. He's asking, would you take Matoma from Brighton? So Matoma, I heard this, and you can help me corroborate this story or just lie with me because this is what I heard. Shout out at whoever the fuck on Twitter, a really good source. Go follow them if you can. So they said that Ainge Postecoglou was the one. He wanted Matoma at Celtic originally, but that Matoma wanted a bigger club and wanted a bigger challenge, and so he told his buddies at, I guess he has buddies at Brighton, and he told them to sign Matoma. And now it's like, oh, he's here, maybe he can get Matoma for us. And so I think that's kind of where some of these links have came up from with us and Matoma. But what do you would you take? I'd take him. We could always use another winger. If Ainge wants him, I want him. Is kind of how I feel.
Yeah, it's whatever Ange wants. You know, I'm here to please. I'm here to pleasure Ange. I'm at his disposal. You know, the only thing that sounds like there though is like people got to remember we are a much bigger club than Brighton, aren't we? You know, maybe I don't know. Do we need him? Do we need him now? We're sort of flourishing a bit in midfield. You know, I don't know.
Corvo NUFC, big up, and it looks like the profile's Sandro Tonali. Big ups. Glad y'all signed him, and we got James Madison. I really wanted James Madison, and Tonali would never come here. I hope he. So I heard that Tonali cried when he heard that he was having to leave AC Milan, and then It's funny because his statement was like talking about being so happy to be there, and I was like, someone's lying here. It could be the journalist on Twitter. Shout out at whoever the fuck, but I could be wrong. Tottenham wear a white kit, so saying London is white sounds crazy. Oh yeah,
Gotcha.
and
No, it's
that
still
basically
blue
means
and
like
white.
it's like
Okay,
whenever we beat Arsenal. So like the year that we beat them twice, we say North London's lily white. You know,
right,
so
yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. TJ Warren says, "Big up Jacob, not Spurs though. Big up." He's an Arsenal fan, so big up him. Big up him, but boo your club. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, look, he's getting all big ups from the chat. Look, can't you read the tin?
United Spurs of America. That's not even my voice. That's my father-in-law's voice who did that. So,
Oh,
in case you
well,
in case you didn't know.
you are the United States' #1 Tottenham channel. So
That is true.
congratulations on that.
USA's #1 Spurs channel. Thank you, thank you. That is nice to. That is a nice little cat. Little put that acorn in my my
Yeah,
hat.
why not, man?
Liverpool 12th man says Gerrard and Poch on level ability. In your opinion, okay? Poch's comment of 2010-20 were the most successful English club of the decade. Oh, he's saying that Pochettino was right with what he was saying because they won 11 major trophies over the course of time, in which Pochettino was claiming they're the greatest team in England. He may be right, but fuck them.
They
That's
stole
how I
him.
feel.
They stole him, and who was that American Tour de France bike rider, Lance
Lance
Armstrong?
Armstrong.
Yeah, so when they found he was cheating, they took all his titles away. In effect, when they took Abramovich out of Chelsea, they said, "You guys have been cheating." So they should take all of Chelsea's little stolen cups away, and that would make Tottenham Hotspur the 2017 Premier League champions for a start.
I like that. We get a trophy. Retroactively, but I'll take it.
I don't care what the official records say. That's what's in my head. I don't have to obey bloody Premier League mandates and rules. I can make shit up as I go along.
So the Liverpool fan Amir, shout out Amir, he likes the Spurs away kit, the collar and the color. I love the shiny logo. I've always wanted an iridescent logo, and it's when I
don't
heard
like that.
oh, my favorite piece of training wear was when we had the purple shiny iridescent logos. I love them.
Oh no!
Oh, I love them, man. They're like I was like a moth to a light. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I die. Give me that sweet, sweet, shiny emblem. I honestly, I really liked it, and I wondered why we didn't do like Barcelona did it a couple years ago, where they had an iridescent logo, and I was like, man, we really missed the ball. Why didn't we do that? And then I heard we were rumored to have our away kit was going to have it. I was like, oh shit, we're about to have a really badass kit. And then I saw what they released. I was like, of course. The colors, the logo, it was all lined up perfect for me, right? I was like, this is gonna be the best jersey ever. And they're like, how can we make this thing look as ugly as fucking possible? And that's what they did. I think Nike hates us. I can't wait till we go to Adidas or someone else who will actually spend more than 15 minutes on a template just changing colors and
I think
logos.
so.
Because that's literally what happens.
Adidas did us some good kits. I still got one from '99. It just. Did you see the Irish Hotspur when they designed kits?
Yeah. I love that.
I love David Harris's away kit, and it was just the yellow kit, but it had 3
Harry Kane's on it. Shout out to Irish Hotspur. That was a good little episode. I enjoy, honestly. Why not just let our fans do it? I find let our fans vote. Have 100 entries, right? People submit 100 different templates for home, 100 different for away, and just have people fucking vote. You know what I mean? Just have a vote, and we'll just figure it out that way. Because I'm tired of man, we just have awful kids. Granted, when I see them on the players, usually my mind changes a little bit. When I see Son wearing the kit, I get a little bit. There's a little feelings inside that I just can't deny. So it's like I want something that I see and I'm like, oh yeah, that's badass. That's what I miss. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
last time I felt like that was, I think, 2019, 2020.
I just don't. I'm with you, man. I think Nike are just a bit lazy, and they try and, put something like last year's kit with that yellow piping round the collar. Like, oh, come on, what the fuck's that, man? Horrible. This year, all white. Way.
But there's blue on the cuffs.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Would you take
Sponsors
Sadio Mane on a free? Hell yeah, I would. Would you take Sadio Mane on a free?
Of course, if he's just free for nothing.
Yeah, he's a fantastic
Hey,
player.
for free, man.
Fantastic. Yeah, I love free. Free food definitely tastes better than food you pay
Oh,
for.
yeah.
So good. Yeah. Corvo says Tonali will tear it up in the Premier League. You might be right. It'd be interesting to see. Definitely be interesting to see. You got to support the community, especially my fellow Americans. Yeah, that's right, TJ. I feel the same way. That's why I always come show some love, regardless of your poor choice and fandom choice. Fandom, you know what I'm trying to say. Your poor choice of choosing what to be a fan of. But you're a good guy either way. Cursor, Jacob, how do you feel about American club owners? I don't know. I don't really. It doesn't matter where they're from. Yeah, anyone at that fucking level, they're a dick. And it doesn't matter if they're American, doesn't matter if they're British, doesn't matter if they're fucking where they are. They're rich and they're an asshole. Give me some money. How about that?
That's it, man.
That's a good answer. Yeah. Jacob,
do you think all these when you get to that level of money, you need things like a passport? Well, they go through customs like all us scumbags.
That's nice. Or because they can just have someone go do all their renew their registration and get their car inspected and all the regular human shit that we have to deal with. They're just like,
yeah. They do nothing.
Ooh, I like that. New Balance. They had some. I like New Balance when they were doing the Liverpool kits. They were nice. I like New Balance. Tonali is said to be overrated as a facilitator and is not regarded as a technical player by his own coaches. What are your thoughts on the player? Tonali, in all the matches that I've seen, I feel like he was a good facilitator. Maybe not the best technical player. He wasn't a guy who jumped off the screen to me. To be fair, when Tottenham played this season, I believe it was at the San Siro, or was it Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? I can't remember. But he got locked down by Mr. Oliver Skip, and it was so.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak too illy of a man before he actually plays in this league because neither side looked good that day. So I don't want to judge him too harshly on just whenever he played Tottenham. But anytime I've seen him, I've thought he's a quality player. I think there's quality there. Plus he's young. The upside is there. I think it's a good signing overall. I'm glad we got Maddison though. If I had to choose between Maddison and Tonali, I just know that Maddison is Premier League proven. He can get goals, assists in the Premier League, and he's done it. He's sustained that for 5 years at least. So, or 4 years, 4, something like that. So. Some years. He's been here some years, yeah. Not going to lie, I thought Tottenham's sponsors was American Airlines. What is AIA? It's some Malaysian healthcare thing, I think.
I have no idea.
I Googled it. I remember Googling it. Yeah. I think it's some kind of healthcare thing. It's some kind of health service in Asia or something, I think. The purple Spurs kit and the US home kit were the exact same draws. Which purple Spurs kit?
The swimsuit.
Oh, that wasn't purple. That was the scuba gear. Scuba Steve suit. Corvo says, glad we don't have American owners, no offense. Oh, well, I mean, it's all the same. They're all assholes, like we said. They're all rich bastards. Yeah. Anything is better than Levy Enoch. I agree with that. Scott Dame also says, all I know is that Tonali is miles better than anything we have in our midfield. Yeah, maybe Maddison could be thrown in there. I don't know. It's yet to be seen what he does with Spurs, but from what I've seen, from what we have, I'm not too thrilled. Been going almost an hour and a half here. Paul, how are you doing? You hanging in there? It's
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
dinner
yeah.
time for me, so I'm probably going to be wrapping up shortly. So if
Cool,
y'all got any
man.
final questions for us in the chat, hit us in the chat. I caught up finally. I did catch up. So if you got any final questions in the chat, holler at me. For reference, Paul, have you seen our away kit, or did you see it?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It was a while ago. I don't like iridescent things. It's too, I don't know. It's like the badge is the badge, man. The badge is the badge. It's navy
But what if
blue.
when the light hits it, has that little twinkle
I'm not,
twinkle
look, I'm
twinkle
not
twinkle?
saying there isn't a certain eye-catching quality about it. There's some aesthetic pleasure there.
A certain allure.
Yeah. But I'm a, traditionalist. I think it should just be, you know. Oh, hang on, what's that? Oh, sorry, I just got a message. Sorry. Yeah, I don't think you need to. I know. And look, we've changed the design of the badge some, over the years. If you look back from, 1921 up to today, it's changed over the years. But when you've got the badge for a given year, I think consistency through the kits instead of just making one all like diamond encrusted and like pearly and just keep it all the same, just black, or navy blue rather, easy. But I know. Oh, there it is. I'm not saying it doesn't look nice. I'm not like, oh, you're trying to win me. Look, I
I
might
don't
get.
like the collar. The collar pisses me off. And what
No.
is that little coochie V on the front? You see this little area right here, the coochie V. You see it, Paul? What
Yeah,
is
no,
that? And why
that
did they
just
make
looks
it like an
like
inner lip color? It literally just looks like. I'm
it's.
sorry.
It's kind of like when you go to these clubs in Australia called RSLs. They're like for returned veterans or things like that. And basically, anyone over the age of 65 wears a collared short sleeve shirt that kind of just looks like that. It's like you're saying about, casual day at Friday. You can't be too casual or too exciting. You just got
Yeah,
to be standard. Yeah,
this
really,
does
it's
look like
awful, actually, isn't it?
it. I don't like it, man. It does look like something you'd wear to the office when they're like, you can be casual, but it still has to have a collar. If it doesn't have a collar, you need to go home and change. One of those
Yeah,
bureaucratic So it just looks like something my dad would wear.
I mean, like
And
an amateur bowling club jersey is more exciting, isn't it? Look at it. Yeah, it's
that
like your
looks good
dad. It's
though.
like my
That looks
dad.
that just that isolated though looks pretty good to me.
No, I
Just
don't
do
know.
if they would have done that on an all blue, I don't even
Yeah,
care. That is
that's
fine with me.
that shirt is. It's like, okay, I've got to do some painting. What crappy old shirt can I wear to do the painting? Oh, this one, Tottenham's away kit from 2024.
No, and the first there's some content when we're scraping there, Paul. We can rank Tottenham kits based on which ones we'd wear for the dirtiest of jobs. So for like last year's away kit, the scuba Steve gear, the scuba Steve kit, I would clean sewers in that thing
Yeah,
because
that
it serves
that
a few purposes at least.
that kit. When I first saw that kit, it looked like at McDonald's they have those play areas with kids, and that's where people just shove their kids, and they all got like snot on their noses and bits of burger on their tops. That scuba top, because it almost looks like a pair of pajamas to me. It looks like if you wake up and it's a Sunday morning, you can't really be fucked doing much with your kid. Okay, kids, let's go to McDonald's. They got the pajamas on and snot and shit. That looks like Tottenham's the away kit from last year to me.
I hated last year was bad. Last year's was bad. This year's is pretty bad too. I won't say as bad, but it's up there. I like the iridescent logo. I feel like they've ruined. They really dropped the ball. Missed opportunity is
No,
what.
but now that iridescence, is it true iridescence? So that the rainbow, depending on the angle, like the head might be red, or if you tilt it a bit more, it might be green, or is it some sort of fake iridescence? You know what I mean?
It looks real enough. Let's see. I mean, look, that's the whole rainbow right there.
Yeah, but is it printed on like that color? So that's what you get, even though it looks shiny.
No,
or
it's like a plastic
shimmers.
decal. Yeah, it's like a
It's
shiny
shimmers.
plastic. It's like that. I like those. I like those jerseys. Hang on, hang on.
Hang on.
Like this away kit, for instance, the green one that we had. So you see how the logo, it's like, it's not sewn in there. It's like a little fucking rubber piece that's
Okay.
it's like, and they do
Right.
that every so often on them. 1 second. This had fallen, and it's got the iridescent logos from. This is my favorite training gear. You like that, Paul?
So that's
You don't
proper
like that one?
iridescent.
This one's like purple iridescent, yeah.
Look.
Oh man, I remember seeing this thing in the shop.
I can tell you're excited though.
I remember seeing this thing because this is a great memory between Michael and I. We worked together at FC Dallas, and attached to the stadium at FC Dallas. See, that's nice too. But see, that's
That's
stitched.
the logo.
That's
Yeah.
stitched in there.
Proper stitched.
This is like probably hot ironed in. Well, this one technically is sewn in. I can see it. So, honestly, this year, this iridescent logo, like that, seeing it in the store made me horny for it. So I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it. It's one of those things you see, catches your eye, and you just can't not look away, you know. Liverpool 12th man says he subscribed to channel.
Thank you, man.
There you go. Big up, Liverpool 12th man. Good. Appreciate you showing some support. Lisa says, great stream, guys. Thanks. Have a great night, everyone, or day, or whatever. Big up, Lisa. Have a good evening. It is dinner time for me, so I'm about to wrap this thing up. Is that the Kellogg's bird from the cereal boxes? Don't yours have seahorses on the logo? And seahorses get pregnant. The men's seahorses get pregnant. I know that.
I'll tell you something else about the seahorses on their badge. Seahorses, like in the real world, they don't have hooves. They're just a made-up creature. They don't. They're just fish. Whereas Newcastle United, someone thought, I've got to draw a seahorse. So I'll do like a normal horse with a tail with hooves. Don't know. They have fins. Come at us.
I need to look up the Newcastle logo now. Here we go.
You tell me, are they like biologically accurate seahorses?
Let's find out. Yeah, what the hell's going on here? Why do they have top? They're like, it's as
They're
if
horses.
it's really as if. Okay, I'm making it worse. There we go. Okay. So in Hercules, it's like the top half a minotaur or whatever. It's like top half is a man, the bottom half is a horse. They took a seahorse, which is an actual creature, and they gave him the top half of an actual horse and made the bottom. That doesn't make sense, man. Corvo, you need to answer for these crimes, man, because you're over here calling it the Kellogg's bird. It is the only logo in any sport that has cock and ball. So
yeah. Whereas your logo is half horse, half seahorse.
And it's two of them, and they're holding hands with a rook, and there's a lion inside of the chess piece, and he's holding a little flag. I don't understand this logo at all. I never realized I remember seeing the seahorses. I was like, okay, that's different, but never thought about the fact that they actually have fucking legs and hooves, and seahorses do not have that. Jesus. Oh my God. Paul, I haven't had my mile fixed today. I'm clucking now.
Melee. Oh yeah, no,
What's
I can't
melee?
do it. Oh, it's just a little thing I do on my stream with Melee. Yeah, and that giving players a bollocking, but I'm doing this on my phone, so thank you.
Oh,
Hotspur.
I've seen you do it where
Hello.
he's yelling. He's like, and he yells.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be streaming today, man. Just having a chill day today, man.
Yeah.
I said I was going to stream it, but Jacob said, "Do you want to stream?" It's like, yeah, if I don't have to do any fucking work, I don't want to have to come up with all the ideas. If you're going to do that, if you're just going to hold my hand, Jacob, I'll be more than happy. And that's what he's done wonderfully well. So big up and like and subscribe. America's #1 Tottenham Hotspur channel. He does a great job here.
Well, there you go. You heard it here, folks. Appreciate y'all if you're still in the house hanging out with us on a little Monday night hangout with myself and Paul from Hotspur Hippie. Make sure you go over there, subscribe to the lad. He's a good man. Plus, if you're American like me, he streams at all crazy hours. So if you stay up, he may be streaming at midnight. He may be streaming at 2 a.m. our time. He may be streaming at 4 p.m. our time. You just kind of never know. And I find that fantastic. So please go over there. He's on the road to 1,000 subs. He's blowing up in a big way, and soon he will overtake the United Spurs of America. It'll be the United Australia of United Spurs of Australia.
A global net of global domination.
You get there. You go, full circle. The net has captured everyone. So, but please do go over there, subscribe. Make sure you hit the like before we check on out of here. Wait, let me end this poll. Thoughts on the Poch interview? 48% said it's fine. I don't care. Second place, he was a hostage with 26%. Third place with 17% was nasty, yucky, ew. And then last place was should have gone up a size, the really mean one, which it just seemed like a little cramped in that shirt he was wearing, you know? Let it out. Let it out, buddy. Breathe out, you know? Sucking it in too long. Oh, all bands, it's all good. Yeah, all good, man. Don't even worry.
Of course, man.
Paul, you should do a daily short melee rant.
Oh, maybe, you know.
There you go. Some content ideas. But big ups to everyone who tuned in, participated in the chat, participated in the poll. Big up to the patrons of the channel. Big up to the channel members as well. You know who you are. You get special shouts out. Please do stick around. Check out this. I'm going to play the new intro to United Spurs of America. The music's the same, but I did change around some of the imagery. I had to get rid of our boy Antonio, so he's no longer in the intro.
Oh, he's still there.
He's still there. He's always watching. He's always watching.
Oh, but you got your kangaroos, so that's better.
But I do, and I technically can put him in.
No, get him away from Ange.
There he is. We got the kangaroo, the Uzo, and Antonio in his pouch. So there you go. He's going to stay there, always watching over us. So big up yourself right now. Hope you're doing well. Again, this was just a little Monday night hangout with my man Paul. So thank you, Paul, for joining me. Head on over to the Hotspur Hippie when you're done here. Subscribe, like, all that, share. But yeah, it's been another fun time. I should be back tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. for the UK. 10:30 a.m. I might. It is the 4th of July. It is a day of freedom where freedom rings. So
happy decolonization day.
Yeah, I call it Happy Mel Gibson Day. It's the day that Mel Gibson fought off the British single-handedly with tomahawks. And
well, he did the same in. He did that for Scotland as well. He's quite a guy.
That's what I'm saying. But that was like in the 1700s, right? When was that?
Yeah.
When was that? When was that?
It was ages ago, but he hadn't finished. So then he went over to America and freed America.
He just can't stop freeing everyone. That's his problem. And I think that's what 1300s. There we go, Scott M. That's when Braveheart was 1300s. Ours was a little bit later.
I believe Braveheart is the only 100% historically accurate film about that era. I mean, it is.
The Patriot, I'm going to say, is historically accurate. Mel Gibson annihilating the British with one tomahawk is the history I choose to remember as far as our birth of a nation.
Yeah.
But it is tomorrow, the birthday of America. So I'll probably try and do a little something for tis the season. But yeah, keep it locked. Hit that like, subscribe. Also, go subscribe. If you're watching on United Spurs of America, go check it out on Jacob TV. We'll have some different new content coming out there very, very soon. I'm actually going to be recording something with my wife, and we're going to do, I think, the first movie review type video we're going to do over there is ranking or selecting 5 of your favorite Disney films and why.
Oh.
You don't like Disney, I can tell.
Not the biggest fan. No, maybe like old
Did you ever
Disney.
see Lion King?
Oh, see, that's for me is when it all went to shit. That new era.
No, not. I'm not talking about the live
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the cartoon.
You didn't like the Lion King cartoon? Who the fuck doesn't like the Lion King cartoon? Literally is as everything. It's about a young boy who can't wait to become king, and his father's maliciously slain by his evil uncle who has a scar on his eye. How could you not love the Lion King?
Well, because it's not. It's not. Sorry, this is a really dumb answer, man. But it's not very realistic.
You're telling me a meerkat and a warthog can't be best friends with a young lion who's ostracized from his tribe,
It doesn't make
who
sense.
then helps him for the epic return to then overthrow his uncle, who I'm pretty sure was piping his mother at this point because the king was dead. I mean, oh man,
I don't think it's true.
There's a lot of great Disney movies. Aladdin's a great one too.
Oh no!
You don't like Aladdin?
No, because like there's something about Robin Williams that I know, God rest his soul, but he just annoys me.
Okay, I'm ending the stream. Right, it's the line too far. Robin Williams is a cult fucking hero. He is everything that was right with Hollywood at the time, and he left us too soon.
He did. He did that.
When you're a genius, your mind often will work against you, and such is the case with my man Robin. I'll tell you, that is one of the first celebrity deaths that like fucked me up for weeks. I'm talking about like I actually like went through a little mini depression era because of Robin Williams. I'm like, man, if this guy felt this low, like how the fuck am I gonna survive? You know what I mean? And it's just almost like a no hope moment of a guy I've literally cherished since I was a little kid holding this exact stuffed animal. So Aladdin, Genie is one of the best characters ever created because of Robin Williams. Mrs. Doubtfire. Oh, that's okay, little girl. You didn't like a mission. It's not culturally appropriate now. Obviously, it's probably some kind of like transphobia type stuff, but that is another staple of my childhood, man. Oh, it was fantastic.
Horrible. Horrible.
Anyway, more conversations like this can be found over at Jacob TV. Flubber, thank you. Flubber was another fucking classic.
What was wrong with the Jerry Lewis one?
There's a Jerry Lewis Flubber?
Oh God, Mr. Culture here with his I'm the movie. They come join my fucking channel. Right.
Look, I will not have Robin Williams slander, but if you have opinions about him that you want to get across, those are fine. We can have that discussion. But honestly, Robin Williams, magnifique. Even 1 hour photo. That's not even him being annoying. What did you think about that?
Oh no, okay, no. I tell you what. Okay, I like 1 hour photo. Was it Insomnia or another of his? Was that one of his? Or was it some other dude?
I'm googling it now.
But they were good films. Yeah, when he does straight acting.
Yes, Insomnia, thriller, drama, 2002.
Yeah, straight acting, I'm all in. When he's just being, wacky Robin Williams, not as much into it. But I'm sorry.
The opening scene to Mrs. Doubtfire, where he's voicing the little bird, and it shows him voice act. What do you mean? Fuck no! That is like top tier. He's fantastic.
I went to the cinema and I saw Good Morning Vietnam.
Jumanji.
Oh, no, you're killing me,
bro.
When I went to the cinema and I saw Good Morning Vietnam, I wanted to walk out. That was one of his serious roles that I didn't like. I just didn't like it. Just, I used to like Mork and Mindy. I loved Mork and Mindy. That was good.
Mork and Mindy?
Yeah, I loved that.
What the fuck?
Wait, you've not heard of Mork and Mindy?
The sitcom from 1978. No, I have not heard of it because I was born in 1990.
Oh, well. If you like Robin Williams, you'd like that. It's a spin-off from Happy Days. I suppose you've never heard of the fucking Fonz and Happy Days, have you?
Yeah, I know he hits the jukebox.
Oh,
He
yeah,
says,
I know old shit. Yeah, I know old shit. Yeah.
No, I know stuff that they parodied super hardcore, like in SNL, right? The Fonz,
Right.
he's been parodied in many, many things.
Okay. Well, Mork was originally a character on that. For some reason, they had an alien, and then he got his own series, and he kind of lived in an egg, and it was very funny, Mork and Mindy. Download it illegally now. You'll love it.
I'll have to check it out. I have it pulled up right here. It's on Amazon Prime as well. Apparently,
There you
it's
go.
on Amazon Prime, so there you go. You can watch it for free. Man, too many classics. Robin Williams, a goat. He is one of my goats, one of my top 5 all time. R.I.P. Robin Williams. Good Will Hunting, another freaking classic.
Oh, come on.
What was the other one where it was talking about
Society? Fuck that film. I didn't like that either. Look, I like serious Robin Williams when he's evil, but Good Will Hunting and they'll stand on
Patch
there.
Adams? Patch Adams was a classic.
Oh, no. Oh,
He's helping sick kids with laughter.
oh,
Why are you punching yourself?
I can't exist.
Okay.
Reality anymore.
Hang on.
I just
What
wanna
dreams
black
may
out.
come? What dreams may come?
I have not seen that.
That is a great one, and it's about.
Take your word for it, mate.
Oh, fuck off. No, it's not. It's more of a serious role. It's a kind of a sad film. So maybe don't watch it if you don't want to be sad. But it's about like depression after losing a spouse or some shit like that. And I remember watching it as a kid, and I was like, "Mom, he's not being funny. What's going on here?" She was like, "Oh, I think this was we didn't back in Blockbuster. You're like, oh, look at this. Let's grab that. Let's see what that is." Robin Williams. We all want to watch a Robin. We're all gonna have a great fucking Friday night watching this Robin Williams film. And then it's like first scene, his wife dies or something in a car crash or something. And then the whole movie's like he's painting, but he's like in and out of this like weird consciousness, going through depression, and like it was like I remember as a kid, and I'm like, when does the joke start? When is he gonna start being funny, man? And it never happened. Did not happen, that movie. And that's when I realized he's not just a funny person. He tries to do other stuff too. And I was when I was a kid, I was just like, no, he's supposed to be funny. He's supposed to be funny. Yeah, Popeye. Birdcage is another classic.
Popeye.
Yeah. You didn't Popeye is here nor there, but Birdcage, what do you think? Did you see Birdcage?
I
He cross dresses in that one.
Yeah, I remember. I can only remember seeing that once, and I thought that was all right. Didn't mind that one.
Bicentennial Man.
I've only seen that once. There's a reason why I've only seen it once.
And then he was also in Hook. Yeah, he was Peter Pan in Hook, the grown Peter Pan in Hook.
No. You see, the thing with Hook and both Popeye is they just look like they were filmed in a studio. It's just there was no movie magic there. They're so flatly directed. They're awful.
And I'm going through some of these, and I'm like, you're definitely not gonna. Happy Feet. You probably didn't like Happy Feet, did you? Because you want sad, angry feet.
No, because penguin don't have tits. Basically, that's my issue with that film. The female penguins have got like cleavage and stuff. No, they don't. They're not mammals.
If you could dream it, you could believe it, man. Tyler, hey Jacob and Paul, hey Tyler, you tuned in at a fucking wild moment of the. We did a whole. Go back in the stream if you want to hear Tottenham Hotspur stuff. We derailed. I don't know how we got onto Robin. You said you fuck Robin Williams or something.
What did you say? No. I didn't say that. I just said I find him, I even said God rest him, I paid my respect.
Fern Gully. He also was he did voice in Fern Gully.
I don't think I've seen
another
that.
Staple of my childhood.
This is how about I give him as a tribute, even though I don't like most of his films. How come I've seen nearly all of them where usually I would just steer clear of that shit.
Wait, so why don't you like Mrs. Doubtfire? That's the last question before I end this fucking show.
the number one, number one thing that leaps out is his accent. His Scottish accent is absolutely terrible.
But
And
that's what makes it hilarious.
No, because it's not, because it's supposed to be true. Because all you people over there, you think that's what Scottish people sound like, and they fucking don't. It's like I watched fucking Back to the Future 3 the other night, and they're all going, hello here, I'm just come over from Ireland. It's like, oh, you fucking Americans.
But that was funny because even Pierce Brosnan was in it, and he even makes fun of, like, he's like, huh, where's your accent? Like, where are you from? Your accent's a little muddled there. And he's like,
oh, okay.
And
well,
so like they do poke fun at the fact that it's like a fucked up, like, because Pierce Brosnan is I'm Pierce Brosnan, obviously everything.
I just found it all to be a little bit weird and stalky.
It was 1993, so the times were different.
Yeah.
Also, fuck Sally Field.
Decades ago, where just everywhere stalking was acceptable.
It wasn't stalking. It was. I need to be around my children. You can't prevent me from being around and so maybe it's breaking some laws. Yes, but
creepy bitch.
As a father, it's like, okay, I wish my dad fought that hard for me, or I would fight like that for my kids, you know? Come on. And who's dad? When the dad goes like, I remember when the kid freaked out when they find out that Mrs. Doubtfire is actually their dad. And
but like, how did they not know? Hilarious. How did they not know? I know it's a movie. I know all that. But just like The Lion King, I just didn't find it to be very realistic that they wouldn't spot at some stage, oh, that's the guy I was married to for years. Oh, that's my dad. They just didn't spot it.
Well, they did when his face was peeling off at the restaurant.
If I put a bit of lipstick on and a stuffed bra and a dress and a wig,
but he also had silicone face, because remember his brother worked in Hollywood making masks and stuff and faces and stuff for Hollywood movies. So he asked him to cast his face. So remember, there's that whole scene where they dipped his face in that like casing and they made a thing and they like twerked his face. It is a great movie. Maybe give it another shot. Maybe.
Is there a Mrs. Doubtfire too?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been great.
How would they have resurrected that? When your family forgets just who you are, so he returns as Mrs. Doubtfire too. That'd be funny. That's a good chat. That's fun. I could talk about movies and stuff. So definitely. Yeah. That's how we got talking about. I remember now because I was plugging Jacob TV and I was like, I'm going to have conversations about Disney movies. And then we were talking about Disney and I said Aladdin and you said fuck Robin Williams verbatim.
No, I would not say that.
No, he did not say that. Anyone clipping it, he did not say that. But anyway, that's going to do it for us.
I'm surprised, man. I'm surprised. Look, the reason I'm surprised is because, you know, when you like setting up this other side channel and you said, here's my 5 movies, and I can't quite remember, but I remember you had Django Unchained in there, and I thought, okay, that's up there on my list. I'll tune in. But now you're saying, hey.
What about I like a lot of movies. There's a lot of movies I don't like, but I like a lot of movies. So it's hard to. But I picked my 5 that I think
represent.
Right, that like cover a lot of why I like movies, and specifically like Donnie Darko was the first movie that I watched that really changed how I viewed cinema and how you can story tell in certain ways.
Fair enough.
And how you can deliver a message. It was like fucking mind bending when I first saw it. It was one of the movies where it's like, all right, can we just run that back real quick so I can watch it again? So maybe I've
got it as well. I like that film. Yeah. So that's why I was, I guess I was just a little disappointed when you said that you're doing, because I was all G'd up for that kind of movie talk, and then you say, and me and my wife are going to be talking about fucking Disney movies.
That's just the first one. You got to do something. I want to. There's millions and millions of people that love Disney movies, so I want to open that up.
Sell out. So you're selling out on show 1, corporate Jacob.
Technically, it's not show 1. There's been some videos on Jacob TV already, but it would be. You're right. For my first movie review, I need to do more of a hard hitter. You're right. That's more of a feel good.
I love food. First video, I'm going to be reviewing McDonald's Big Macs.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, I see your point now that I look at it from that perspective. Maybe that would be like a good episode 3 or something. But you're right.
No.
The first episode of my movie review series has to be something more hard hitting. You're right.
Yeah.
More...
No. Because I acknowledge that I'm on my. Even though there's quite a few people that have like kind of disdain for like the Disney Corporation, I understand that most people can enjoy a lot of their films. It's just that I tend not to. I like some of their older cartoons, you know, the old stuff. But from Lion King, Beauty and the Beast onwards, I'm just thinking.
I didn't like Beauty and the Beast personally. I like the singing plates and
like
dishes. I like the singing. I did like the singing plates and the teapot and stuff. Like that was fun, and it like made me think as a kid, like, what do I have that could be alive and just pretending to be fucking dead while I'm around it? You know, so it's fun.
So funny.
Mortality.
This is so funny that you're like an adult saying something like that, because like I was like fucking 30 when this movie came out. And you're also, oh wow, maybe my pepper pot can come and sing to me, and I'm just watching this fucking movie going.
No, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that curvy teapot. Like, you thinking what I'm thinking? You curvy little teapot. But anyway, this conversation has delved into the depths of hell. Maybe. But if you're still here, big up yourself. We are going to be closing it out. Hope you do well. Fucking outro, because I tried to do one earlier and then we got on a tangent about Disney and then about Robin Williams. And I feel like if I try and do another outro, I'll do it again. So all I'm going to say is up the lads and come on, you Spurs. Coys.
Spurs of America with your host, Michael